We were absolutely not expecting this. We were just on our way to Medicine Hat and thought, let's see what there is on the way.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Tin Can Tucson. Join David and me today as we fly to Alberta, Canada, and just you wait till you see what kind of adventures we got up to this time. After an unexpected night spent in British Columbia, we finally landed at Edmonton, and we were absolutely thrilled to see fall colors. Living in Southern California, you don't see those a lot. And it was cool enough that we got to enjoy the fireplace and wake up to snow. It was goose migration time. They really do fly south for the winter, and they make a heck of a lot of noise doing it. Of course, before we headed to our destination, we had to have poutine, crunchy French fries covered in thick, savory gravy and cheese curds. Incredible. In 1884, geologist Joseph B. Tyrrell discovered huge coal outcrops and a 70-million-year-old dinosaur skull.
Okay guys, we're about to see the world's largest dinosaur. That's what they tell me.
Meet Tyra, the world's largest dinosaur. Evidently, you can climb to the top. Yeah, there's a staircase inside. You can climb 106 stairs inside this giant T-Rex, and it's lined with beautiful murals. And then you get to admire the breathtaking view from her gaping jaw. How I wish I'd known about that.
Just to give you a little bit of perspective, that's our car, and that's the dinosaur. I love it. This town has totally embraced the whole dinosaur and fossil thing. It's all about fossils.
Tyra is 26 meters or 86 feet tall, and that makes her actually far larger than a real T-Rex. Drumheller is a town in the province of Alberta, Canada, and it's known for its unique landscapes, rich dinosaur history, and the iconic Royal Tyrrell Museum. She's located within the Canadian Badlands and surrounded by striking hoodoos, so stick around to the end and you will see them.
Conceived by Reverend Edgar C. O'Brien. Little church was designed by Robert Bob Gibson and constructed by local contractor Trygve Tig Sealand. It first opened in July 9th, 1958 and was reconstructed by inmates of the Drumheller Institution in 1991 and 2015. The little church is designed as a place of worship and meditation. Please treat it with respect.
This area of the Red Deer River Valley earned its name during the early settler years, when ranching was the main industry. Thousands of horses ranged from here to beyond the Hand Hills to the east. Legend has it that horses would disappear into these canyons of the Red Deer River Valley, later to reappear carrying a different brand. hence the name Horse Thief Canyon. I'm learning that some 35 species of dinosaur have been discovered here, and they date back to 70 million years ago. There is an absolute ton of things here to do for families. There are RV parks, there are campgrounds, there's go-karts, there's museums, there's every tourist trap you've ever considered. It's absolutely amazing. I'm sure in the summer this place is wildly popular. However, we love being outdoors, so we are not going to visit the museums this time. Maybe if we ever come back, we'll check them out, because at least the Tyrrell one is supposed to be really, really good. We were absolutely not expecting this. We were just on our way to Medicine Hat and thought, let's see what there is on the way. But when you find things that are this interesting, you absolutely have to stop and take a look.
It was time to cross the Red Deer River, and the best way to do that is to take the Blériot Ferry. We met this really interesting fella who was driving the ferry. Do you call it driving? I don't know. Anyway, he had tons of great stories to share with us.
This year, everybody takes a picture of it.
It only took about 5 minutes to cross the river, but I think we spent at least 15 minutes with him just listening to all his stories. For instance, on this day, we were only his second passengers, but on a typical summer day, he'll have up to 500. So we're not done yet, and on our way to our next destination, we saw these really cute deer. So we thought, we've been sitting too long, driving too long, it's time for a hike. So we went to Horseshoe Canyon. And Horseshoe Canyon is one of the most picturesque and accessible natural attractions in Drumheller, Alberta. Couldn't resist going down these stairs, even though they were covered in snow, because at the end of it you get such a beautiful view. And the snow really wasn't a problem. It wasn't slippery at all. And this, my friends, is what you see. It's worth it. The canyon is known for its colorful layers of rock, showing shades of brown, red, and gray, which reveal ancient sediment deposits.
Such an interesting landscape here. It's sort of like the North Woods with fir trees and aspen, and it's also kind of like the desert. So, real interesting mix of landscape, and lots of tracks of all kinds of animals that we can't fully identify.
We were told that just a couple of days ago it snowed up to 4 inches, so I'm kind of glad we came here now. It seems to be all melted, even though it does make the path a bit muddy.
Winter camping is so nice because there's nobody out here. You have the whole place to yourself. You just have to dress accordingly, really. And it's wonderful to be out in nature and be uncrowded. You go to parking lots, there's 2 cars there. You go to campgrounds, you don't have to make reservations. You don't have to plan way ahead. Winter camping is the best, and winter comes very quickly in Canada.
Do you remember that I talked about how it had just snowed? Well, being naive, I didn't realize what that meant for us. As we continued on this hike, we ended up hiking along a creek. And then eventually we ended up hiking in the creek. And then finally we ended up crawling on our hands and knees up little tiny hills, slipping and sliding the entire way. I didn't get to film it because literally we needed both hands and both legs, but this is how we ended up. It was time for a quick parking lot change of clothes.
Well, after an extremely slippery hike and having to change our clothes because of both of us falling in the mud, we are on our way again, and this time we have come to the Drumheller Hoodoos.
You may be wondering, what are hoodoos? Hoodoos are slender rock columns formed from soft sandstone at the base and topped with a harder cap rock. You'll see quite a few of these cap rocks as you continue watching. Over time, wind and water erosion shape the soft sandstone, creating the tall, thin pillars. The cap rock protects the softer rock underneath from eroding too quickly, giving hoodoos their distinctive mushroom-like appearance. The location of these Drumheller Hoodoos are about 16 kilometers or 10 miles southeast of Drumheller along Highway 10 in the Red Deer River Valley. It's really easily accessible by car, and it has designated paths and parking nearby. The hoodoos here rise about 5 to 7 meters or 16 to 23 feet tall. It's really easy to get around. Visitors can walk along marked paths and stairs that offer close-up views of the formations while helping preserve the landscape. Hoodoos are significant in the indigenous cultures of the region. Some believe they are petrified giants that turn to life at night to protect the land. Well, folks, thanks for coming along on this incredible trip to Drumheller, Alberta. If you haven't already, please take a moment right now to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, and ring that notification bell so that you will never miss one of our upcoming videos. See you on the trail!